Good afternoon, everybody. Time for another BrickBucks update. Once again, my name is Jim, and this is where we talk about Lego investing and reselling. So before I get into the topic, I just want to talk about a video that I'm working on right now. It's taking a lot longer than what I anticipated, but I feel that it's an important video. Either this week or next week, I will be doing a video on the retirement lists from last year, 2020, and the retirement list from 2019, where I'm actually going to be auditing those retirement lists, because a lot of people that I have talked to that are new to Lego investing has asked me how accurate that list is, and I would say, off the top of my head, between 80 to 85%. And, I did a video last week on the new retirement list that's coming out, and somebody put in the comments that, these lists aren't that accurate, which I kind of agree with. I agree with that comment totally. I said to myself, I really want to know, because I don't want to tell people, the wrong thing moving forward. So, because I'm auditing both lists, it's taking a while, so please be on the lookout for that. Now, before we get into the botanical, I wanted to show you Lego Shop at Home, and if you're saying to yourself, Jim, this Lego Shop at Home website looks different than the Lego Shop at Home website I'm usually on, well, there's a reason for that. This is the Lego Shop at Home from September 5th, 2015, and I'm using the Wayback Machine right here. Now, you may be asking why I'm doing this. Well, there has been talk about architecture that sets have not retired, and there's people that are predicting about sets that may retire at the end of the year. When the Botanical series came out, right now there's two sets, and we're going to talk about it. I said to myself, that's interesting that it came out at the beginning of the year, because it's usually when architecture comes out. So it made me think, is there a correlation between the lack of architecture sets and these two new botanicals? So I'm on the Wayback Machine because I want everybody to look. If you go down the page with me, you could see that there are a bunch of architecture sets for sale. A lot more than what is currently available. I think right here there is 12, 13, 14, 15. So there's around 15 sets in 2015. And, right now on the Lego Shop at Home, there's only 10. And I've noticed a sharp decline over the years when it comes to architecture. And so, I wonder if these two botanical sets is the reason why there's no new architecture sets released. It could be, it could not be. There's, I think, 8 Lego idea sets coming out this year, which is insane, right? So maybe that's the reason why the Lego architecture sets aren't coming out as frequent as I would like. But I just wanted to show everybody the Wayback Machine. And this is a website that I've used occasionally. I've talked about it in the past to as a part of your due diligence for Lego investing, and of course trying to get the best return on investment. So if you haven't used the Wayback Machine yet, please feel free to do so, and not just with Lego, but with anything. It's great for all kinds of things. All right, folks, so let's get into botanicals. and I'm laughing because this is crazy, right? When I first saw the first Lego botanical set, I did not say, like I often do, who the heck is going to buy that, right? I said, this is actually interesting. And it does mention that it's plant-based plastic, which is even more interesting. But this is from boingboing.net. They have an article on the botanical theme. And I'm just going to read to you this one paragraph that I have highlighted, because I think it's important to return on investment for this theme. So this person writes, it's a neat idea. There's already a nice puzzle building, almost meditational sense of mind, clarity involved with building Legos. But what makes these new Lego sets even cooler is that they're built from sustainably sourced sugarcane in a carbon neutral manufacturing process. So this right here I want to highlight, where it talks about almost meditational sense of mind, clarity involved with building Legos. So I do agree with that, but I think for the botanical theme, that's going to be even a lot more when it comes to this. If we're going to go to Amazon, we're going to see the bonsai tree, man. I don't even think this even sold at recommended retail price on Amazon. I mean, this bad boy retailed for $50 a month ago and is already at 143. I'm going to be honest. I mean, I see it, and I want you folks to come at me in the comment section if you disagree and let me know what you think. I look at this popularity of this tree as much as I do the Razor Crest. And there are inventory issues. We're still in COVID, so it's not as bad as what it used to be. But there has been a Lego resurgence. And even if there wasn't COVID, I don't even know if Lego could keep up with the demand. And this set is just gone. You can't even find it. I did pull up the camel, but it never... I mean, it's almost not worth it. You do see a small dip in price, but I mean, this set is on fire. And then you have the second one, which is the flower bouquet. I mean, both sets were $50, I believe, and this is through the roof. And I like this theme for many reasons. One is because it just started, so you could get in. If you're able to get your hands on these sets. And I believe that these are going to be produced quite a bit, and eventually people will be able to get in to these sets in some capacity. But let me tell you, folks, and I'm really not trying to go there, man, but there is a older generation that I see diving into this theme. I mean, I'm just going to give you an anecdotal story. So during COVID, right, my grandmother, who's 91 years old, they were pretty much trapped in their assisted living facility for a year, right? And the only activity that she really had was putting together like these beaded necklaces and all this other stuff. I mean, I see this, and I'm not joking, I see this for everyone, but I see this especially for people like that. I mean, I see every nursing home, every assisted living facility. This is a great puzzle. I mean, Lego is a 3D puzzle. Lego is marketing to the older generation. Well, with this theme, they're marketing to the older generation. But I just don't want it to be that data point for, the elderly people. But, my grandmother, long before she was in an assisted living facility, I was growing up as I wasn't even 10, and she was doing flowers and all fake flowers and all kinds of other stuff. She was a Martha Stewart before Martha Stewart. And I see this proliferating all over the country, into Europe, in other countries, Australia. I don't want to say, I don't want to forget anybody out there, so I apologize. But I see this as a very, very huge thing. Now, what I want to do is I also want to talk about the Lego Ideas birds, because we have a very nice Patreon member who asked a question on the Patreon Facebook chat. Does anybody know why the birds ideas have such a spike in price? And I really don't know that. I don't have the answer to that, other than, that might correlate with the botanical series. I mean, when you go to Camel for bird ideas, I mean, this started right here is whenever the botanical theme was released. And it is off to the races. Now, I shared that I did not have the thought when I saw these sets, who would buy that. But I did have that thought when it came to the Lego Ideas birds. So kudos for all the people that purchased the Lego birds and are still holding on to it. I mean, you guys, you could have got this set for $31 and change a few years ago, and now it's going for $195. So I think that's huge. And, I know very little about this theme, as a lot of people do, because this was just released. But kind of circling back to the Lego architecture, architecture did just have, one building at a time for a while, and then it kind of branched off into like a skyline sub theme, if you want to call it. Well, let me tell you, I could see this botanical theme. They could have the redwoods in California. I think, oh my gosh, if they did the redwoods in California, I think that would just be so huge. I mean, you could have the Golden Gate Bridge architecture set, and that would match really well with the California redwoods. And also, this right here, I almost thought that there should be a rose bouquet before the other flower bouquet, because I mean I could see that doing huge, especially around Valentine's Day. If they were to have a dozen red long stem roses, I mean, let me tell you, I never thought I would be excited about flowers as I am right now, but they're Lego, right? So let me just tell you, I'm a huge fan of this theme. We don't have any Excel today because this is a new theme and there's really nothing to track other than it's off to the races. But it'll be interesting to see what Lego will produce in this theme, as long as they don't take away from future architecture sets. That's it, folks. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm Jim with BrickBucks.net. Always, my friends, go out there and get it.